Hello, magical people. How's it going out there? My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my channel, my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. So happy to be here with you all today to talk about Libra season 2024. Going to get into the collective astrology horoscope for this Libra season, as well as readings for each of the 12 signs as we step into Libra season, which of course is from end of September to mid of October. So let me know how all y'all are feeling out there in the comments. Hope you're all doing very well. And before we get into the astrology, oh, let me bring something up. I forgot to bring my slide up here. Before we get into the astrology, please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to support my work. And also in the description box of this video, under my social links, follow me on Telegram to stay connected with me no matter what happens with social media, to stay up to date with my uncensored content. Also sign up for my newsletter to be staying connected with me no matter what happens in these times where we are in a little bit of a war with freedom of speech. And also check out the retreat that my husband Jens and I are hosting, our Soul Family Retreat Weekend in Canada, happening just next weekend. We're so excited, from Friday, September 27th to Monday, September 30th in the Niagara region of Ontario at the Bliss Haven Retreat Center. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to do live lectures, meditation, ceremonies, dancing. It's going to be really fun. So you can go check that out over at my website, megmoonbeam.com. As well as I recently just hosted this 2024 Fall Eclipses live workshop over on the beyondmystic.academy, which is available, where I talk about, for the whole collective and each of the 12 signs, what this 2024 eclipse season is all about from September 17th to October 2nd. For all of us in each of the 12 signs, I did a deep dive. It's a 3.5-hour workshop, so you can go check that out at the link below as well. And yeah, if you'd like to have an astrology reading, those are of course available at the link below too. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys collective reading on Libra season and do little predictions for each of the 12 signs as well. So when it comes to the sign of Libra, this is a very beautiful, lovely sign. You know, Libra is the 7th sign in astrology, and it's the sign that rules other people and our relationships. And the sun is actually what we call at fall position in Libra, because the sun represents our ego, our identity, our consciousness. And Libra is the sign that rules other people. So when the sun is in Libra, not that it's a negative thing, there's positives to all the fall and detriment signs, but it is a little bit challenging, Libra season, because our identities can be very enmeshed with others. And there's a very big focus on our relationships. And this is going to be a super intense Libra season, as I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to talk a bit about what the sign of Libra rules, talk about the key dates for this Libra season, the ingress chart for the sun entering Libra, and then also do readings for each of the 12 signs as well. So Libra in astrology rules balance, love, beauty, aesthetic. Relationships are committed relationships. So relationships like marriage partner, committed work relationships, clients. Libra also rules contracts, elegance, luxury. Libra is one of the 2 signs ruled by Venus. So Taurus and Libra are the 2 signs that are ruled by Venus. So they're very light, benefic signs, all about beauty, artistic talents, the pleasures and enjoyments of life. And Libra also rules music, art, fashion, interior design, politics, and diplomacy. It's one of the signs that has to do with politics, because Libra is about balance, fairness, diplomacy, which, we're having a little bit of issues with that at the moment in the collective, really fair elections and politics and politicians. But, when we have politics in a healthy place, Libra teaches us about diplomacy. And, Libra is symbolized by the scales and the balancing of the scales. Libra is also laws, law and order, justice, the public of humanity, the public opinion. And Libra is our social standards and politeness and manners, and kind of like social cues as well. So it rules a lot of really important things in life. But the main thing with Libra is relationships. Okay. So let me bring up and share with you guys some of the key dates for this Libra season of 2024, which this is not a normal Libra season. This feels like quite an intense Libra season, actually. So starting on September 22nd, this is, of course, when the sun ingresses into the sign of Libra. And every time the sun enters Libra is when we have the fall equinox. So fall equinox is when the sun enters Libra in the Western tropical zodiac. Also on September 2nd, not only is it the equinox, not only is it the start of Libra season, but we're going to have exact Venus in square to Pluto. And then Venus enters the sign of Scorpio, which is Venus's fall position. So this is pretty intense. And I'll talk about this a little bit more when I bring up the ingress chart for the start of Libra season, which can show us overall what we can expect from this time. September 25th, Mercury in Virgo in an exact opposition to Neptune in Pisces. That's really interesting because Mercury is at home in the sign of Virgo. Neptune is at home in the sign of Pisces. So that's going to be a very strong opposition, quite an intense day, actually, that you guys will want to be aware of. September 25th can be some very funky energies, some very weird news coming out to the collective as well, having to do with the health or medical system, since that opposition is happening on the health axis. September 26th, Venus enters Libra, which is, of course, Venus's home sign where she really, Venus enters Scorpio. I made a typo there, you guys. Or no, that's Mercury enters Scorpio. Okay, wait a second, guys. Hold on, I've made a typo. Let me double check this because I want to give you guys the right information here. I just made these slides earlier and checked it. So how did I make a typo there? Oh, okay. September 26th is when Mercury enters Libra. So just a little typo there, you guys. Venus enters Scorpio on September 22nd. Mercury enters Libra on September 26th. Then September 30th, we have Mercury Cazimi, and a Cazimi is when we have a planet exactly in conjunction to the sun. So it will be exact sun conjunct Mercury in Libra. And Mercury Cazimi days like we'll have on September 30th are days where we, when Mercury exactly conjuncts the sun, we can have very strong divine insights, downloads, clarity come through in whatever area of life we have Libra in our personal astrology charts. And I'll remind you guys of all these things coming up as I do the daily astro shows. I do those Monday to Friday, pretty much every day. So throughout this Libra season, I'll remind you guys of some of these main transits that we got going on. October 4th, we have Venus in Scorpio trine Saturn in Pisces. Lots of aspects during this Libra season with Venus, who is the dispositor, ruler of the sign of Libra, of this Libra season. So I find it really interesting. It's like Venus is going to be at fall in Scorpio, and then October 4th, Venus trine Saturn. October 8th, Venus trine Mars, some really good aspects. Starting off the Libra season with intense Venus and square Pluto. I'll talk about that when we look at the ingress chart. October 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde in the sign of Gemini. Oh my goodness. So we've been having a retrograde city over here ever since the beginning of August. We've had 5 planets retrograde almost at all times. So August, we had Mercury retrograde, which was really wonky because it was a Mercury retrograde in one of his home signs with a lot of the outer planets retrograde. And then when Mercury went direct and we entered into September, Uranus went retrograde on September 1st. We also have had Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron retrograde. So Jupiter goes retrograde October 9th. October 11th, Pluto goes direct. So that'll be very interesting because we've been having this Pluto retrograde, I think, since the end of May, if I can remember correctly off the top of my head. So that's going to be even more clear revealing of things through that Pluto in Capricorn transit, revealing of the governments and the politicians and the Capricorn areas of life coming more to the forefront. October 13th, Mercury enters the sign of Scorpio. So we're getting lots of things enter the sign of Scorpio, which is the most intense sign in astrology. October 14th, Sun in Libra in square to Mars in Cancer. That'll be a bit of a tense, conflictual day for sure. And then October 15th, Venus in Scorpio trine Neptune in Pisces. That'll be a bit of a lucky ducky day. October 17th is a powerhouse with a big, empowering full moon in Aries on the same day, having Venus sextile Pluto and then Venus ingressing into the sign of Sagittarius. So that's going to be very powerful. I think empowering full moon in Aries, to say the least. And October 22nd is, of course, when the sun enters Scorpio. We start Scorpio season, and there will be, right before the sun enters Scorpio, exact square between the sun in Libra and Pluto in Capricorn. So those are some of our key dates for Libra season. It's pretty intense overall because it's a Libra season with Pluto and Capricorn for the last time in our lives, with multiple planets retrograde. We're still in a retrograde city for a lot of the rest of the year. So, okay, let's take a look at the ingress chart. And an ingress chart is when we can look at the start of something or the start of a sign season. So, the ingress chart for Libra season is looking at the chart of the moment when the sun enters the sign of Libra. And when we look at an ingress chart, it can show us the themes and qualities of the Libra season ahead. So this is very, very interesting, okay? It's going to be a really unique Libra season because usually Libra season is fun and kind of cute if you think about it. When we have Libra season, it's spooky season. It's before Halloween. Halloween is during Scorpio season, of course, which is October 31st. But October leading up to the start of Scorpio season, we've got Thanksgiving in Canada, where I'm from. We've got a lot of autumn activities in the Northern Hemisphere. The leaves start to change outside. It's like Mother Nature becomes a beautiful, literal art piece, and Libra is one of the signs that rules art. So usually it's enjoyable, it's beautiful with the leaves changing, which it will be, but this is going to be a Libra season that's going to be a lot more intense than usual, actually. And there's many different factors for that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So first of all, when we look at this ingress chart of when the sun enters Libra, we've got the sun conjunct the south node for pretty much the whole first week and a half of Libra season. And the south node, of course, rules, the south node is a calculated point where, from the Earth's perspective, the lunar eclipses occur, where the sun and the moon, align, and we have the lunar eclipses. And the south node rules letting go the past, karma release. And we've been having that South Node in the sign of Libra for almost a year and a half now. It'll be over January 2025 when the nodes move into Pisces and Virgo. But with this Libra season being conjunct the South Node, there is a huge theme of release and letting go of those Libra ruled areas of life, which I'll explain in a moment. But I just got to ask you guys, can you guys hear the lawnmower going on outside? Where I am right now, there's someone cutting their grass, and I just want to make sure that if you guys can hear that, I'm going to close the window. So can you guys give me a 5x5 in the live chat? Can you guys hear me okay? Or is there, okay, no, you guys are saying no. Okay, thank you so much, Philip. Thank you, Taco Fillings. Okay, awesome. So yeah, with the Sun conjunct the South Node, we're going to see this Libra season a lot of breakups, a lot of endings of relationships, committed relationships, lovers, work partnerships, client relationships, people that do work for us, people that we, pay to cut our hair, or lawyers, people that we pay to do a service, is ruled by Libra. But I think mainly this has to do with love relationships. We're going to see a lot of breakups this Libra season with the Sun conjunct the South Node. In our personal lives, in the collective, we'll also see, because Libra is one of the signs that rules politics and politicians, and I think a lot of you guys may be happy to hear what I'm about to say. In politics, there will be an ending or a letting go in some countries of a prime minister, of a president, of politicians. Okay. And I think it's so strong in the chart that it's not just going to be one country, it may be multiple countries. Okay. Where we see the letting go, the loss of political figures, Libra, that are in positions of power. Okay. So I know, of course, we have the US election that is coming up, right? Everybody's really anticipating that. And I'm going to do a whole separate astrology of the US election video. But overall, because astrology affects the whole world, there's going to be many politicians that lose their power and snap elections that get called. Taco Fillings is saying Trudeau. Yes, I do think it is highly, highly likely with this Libra season that we have, with the ingress chart that I'm showing you guys, the transit, the chart of Canada. I'll have to do a whole new astrology of Canada video, the chart of Trudeau. I think we're definitely going to have an election in Canada in the very near future. And I don't think Justin Trudeau slash Castro, as I like to call him, is going to be prime minister for very much longer. Huge changes happening politically, okay? Because also in this ingress chart, the Sun, 0 degrees of Libra, in trine, positive aspect to Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Okay. So Sun in trine to Pluto is like empowerment to the people, empowerment to the political systems. Very good news regarding politics. Okay. That the people of the world are going to be very happy to hear about. Sovereign Soul Sam Q says, Meg, going through a breakup with my partner of 10 years. He thinks I'm way gone. Well, Sam, I'm sending you lots of love. I know that must not be easy, and there must be challenges with that. And know that you're strong, you can handle it. And this is part of the astrology. A lot of people are going to be going through breakups and karmic relationships that really don't serve us anymore, right? And he says, I trust Meg's astrology. A lot of astrologers out there with big followings do not get it right, in my opinion. Well, thank you so much for that, Annie. I appreciate all your love and support, you guys. So yeah, big relationship changes. If you've been in a relationship that you've been unhappy about and wondering when is the best time to end that. I mean, the present moment is power. Doing anything, making your decisions in the present moment, I think is very important. But this is a Libra season where it's actually good time to be doing breakups if you're feeling like that is for your highest good, right? Aw, Heather, thank you so much for the super chat. You're so sweet, and I appreciate your support so, so much. Mwah! Love you. So yeah, I'm excited to see the political changes that are afoot. Also, I want to say, you guys, because not all of us are going to be going through a breakup, okay, with the Sun conjunct the South Node in Libra. We've also got Venus at a critical degree, 29 degrees in her home sign of Libra in this ingress chart, in an exact square to Pluto. Okay, so this Libra season is like a huge initiation and test for all our committed relationships. And if you are in a relationship that does not serve you for your highest good, it's very likely during this Libra season, it can end. It's very in alignment to cut it out. And if you do have relationships that do serve you for your highest good, they're going to be going through a transformation and a big up level during this Libra season, big time. So there's great healing. I think this is also a great Libra season if you have been having like marital issues or issues with a work partner or even like a best friend, to do like couples therapy, to do group therapy. This is an amazing astrological season from September, end of September to mid October during Libra time, to be doing therapy, to be doing counseling, to be doing mediation, all ruled by the sign of Libra if there are issues, you know. And none of us are perfect. We all have our shit. We all have our shadow side. And, you know, being on the same page is really important, that we're all a work in progress, right? And some people in love relationships or work relationships, we may not agree with them on everything. But if there's anything toxic going on, or, uh, you know, partners don't respect you, then that can be really not in alignment and actually really unhealthy, right? So something to think about. We've also got in this ingress chart for Libra season, lots of aspects between the sun and all of the most outer planets. So sun trine Pluto, sun trine Uranus, sun opposite Neptune. This is huge, collective, generational, I'm hearing spirits say karma and trauma that is being released with this Libra season. I mean, the sun is in almost exact aspects, very strong aspects to all of the most outer planets of Pluto and Neptune and Uranus. And these are really, in Western astrology, like the titans. You know, these are really the planets that rule over the collective and the generation we are in. And I think this is a Libra season for the history books, for not just us in our personal lives. And we've also got eclipse season happening during this Libra sign, but in particular having to do with politics and diplomacy, historical loss of powers for some presidents, prime ministers, political figures. Also to laws that we've maybe had in effect. There could be ending to major laws as Libra rules law and order, beginning of new laws, beginning of new social standards. So this is super, super powerful, you guys. And also want to mention that, you know, Kamala Harris is a Libra, and she's currently having very adverse and challenging astrology of Pluto in square to her sun and her moon. So I will continue to say that I think it's very unlikely um, that she will win the US election. And I'm surprised that she's even still being shown as a candidate in the US election. So I think there's going to be something really revealing that comes up with Kamala Harris is she is a Libra during this Libra season. With the adverse aspects that she's having, there could be a very big scandal come out. There could be something very big being revealed with her. And with those squares to Pluto, to her sun and her moon, there could even be a crisis situation or a near death situation that Kamala Harris experiences. And I do not wish death upon anybody, you guys. Let me be very, very clear about that. Just reading the astrology here. And just one second, you guys, I'm just going to turn my light on because I noticed that I don't even have the light on in my room. I'll just be right back. One moment. Okay, that is much better. I was wondering why it was like so freaking dark in here and I look so dark. And I just noticed after 25 minutes of being live, I didn't even turn on the freaking light. Oh my God. Okay. So, yeah, ingress chart is very interesting. And also, Jupiter conjunct the part of fortune almost exact. That's positive. That makes me very happy to see because there are some very intense aspects with Venus, the dispositor of Libra season, in square to Pluto, Pluto at the end of Capricorn, some intense things going on, some very big collective changes and letting go initiations we're going through. But having Jupiter, the great benefic, conjunct the part of fortune, these are the two luckiest things in astrology. It shows that there's some very positive things that are going to happen amid maybe some of the intensity, maybe some of the chaos and transformation. Jill says, let there be light, LOL. Yes, let there be light. There's going to be huge wisdom that comes through in this Libra season and positive developments for humanity for sure. So that is very, very exciting. And, I invite you guys to ask yourselves, do whatever the heck you guys want to do. I don't like to tell people what to do. But with this astrology, Libra season, yes, Larry, ACDC, let's rock. Libra season is our time to focus on our committed relationships, our pleasures and enjoyments in life, and our sense of balance and harmony. Okay. So during Libra season, it is very in alignment for us to, if you're single, actually call in a soulmate, actually do some dating, do some courting, do some flirting. If you're in a relationship, up level your relationship to the next level, doing healing work with a partner, really looking at our relationships is very in alignment in Libra season. So before we get to the readings for each of the 12 signs for this Libra time, I'm going to pull some cards for us as a collective. And I've been really feeling this deck that I have called the Shaman's Oracle. And this is a really cool deck that, it's shamanism. And I find that it's very powerful. It's by John Matthews and Will Kinghan. And it's really powerful messages that give it to you totally straight. So highly recommend this Shaman's Oracle. And I've been feeling that because I've been feeling intuitively like this is a time of no bullshit, having your shit together, just feeling these very intense words coming through. Having your shit together because we are being tested at the end of this Pluto and Capricorn transit. We are being tested with the sun conjunct the South Node the first week and a half of this Libra season in our relationships, in our own personal commitments. That's something that I forgot to say, you guys. Libra is not just our commitments with other people, but it also rules our commitments that we have ourselves, right? And what are those commitments that you hold? What are those values that you hold? Are those things that come from you and your heart, or are those things that were programmed into you, right? Maybe by another person, Libra, that isn't actually in alignment or for your highest good. So this is a time where I'm getting this message again. It's a great time to be talking to a therapist or a counselor, or a mediator if you're having trouble dealing with an issue yourself about something, or you and a partner are having some trouble, some challenge. Libra season is a great time to bring in, another professional that you guys kind of commit to help out with that, right? And there's nothing wrong sometimes with asking for help, right? So let's see. Hi, Jenny. Jenny says, I love that decks have different personalities. Messages hit different. That is so, so true. So let's see. I'm going to pull 3 cards. What are our messages from the Shaman's Oracle Spirit for our highest good, for the collective of everyone that's going to watch this video as we step into this Libra season? Feeling a lot of energy. Feeling a lot of relationship changes. And shocking alliance changes in the collective are going to happen too. Whoa. Okay, so I just pulled 3 cards. And in this deck, you can either get cards that are hunters, cards that are ancestors, cards that are shamans, spirits, archetypes, or dancers. Oh, that just fell out. Or dancers. And I just pulled 3 ancestor cards. Okay, so right away, 3 ancestor cards. So that's interesting because, after Libra season comes Scorpio season, which rules our dearly departed loved ones and our ancestors. Scorpio, of course, is that time in the Northern Hemisphere when it's the height of autumn. The leaves are falling, life is dying. It's literal, death of nature, to then go into the rebirth, into the winter, into the spring, into the summer. So, wow, right off the bat, as we're going into Libra season, know that your ancestors are with you. Our ancestors are with us. And I'm feeling like there may be some people listening to this that are in a marriage or in a committed relationship situation that you may be feeling bad to exit it for whatever reason, maybe because you have kids, maybe because your expectations weren't met, maybe it's just very hard for you for whatever reason. And I'm feeling like our collective ancestors are with us to help us navigate this Libra season of great relationship changes. Call upon your ancestors for protection. We've got the ancestor of protection. Call upon your ancestors for wisdom. We've got the ancestor of knowing. And I don't know about you guys, but I believe that we have lots of different energies and guides and beings of love and light that are with us at all times. One of those being ancestors and dearly departed loved ones. And there's a really big message that they're sharing for like a need of protection and our boundaries. So let me know in the live chat or the comments below, you guys, because I feel like there might be some of us out there that are in really, I'll use the word unhealthy relationships, or we are witnessing really unhealthy relationships around us where there is a need actually for protection and major boundaries. And as I'm saying that, my like third eye is starting to hurt. That's interesting. I'm getting like a headache in my third eye. So they're wanting us to, our ancestors are here with us in this Libra season, and they're wanting us to be in our boundaries. They're wanting us to connect with them, actually. And it's kind of cool because dead people and ancestors are not just ruled by Scorpio season, which comes up after Libra season, but is also ruled by Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio. And we've currently got Pluto, at that last critical degree, 29 degrees of Capricorn. So this is a huge transformation we are going through in the collective. And I feel the ancestors saying as well that, and I feel like they're not trying to diminish us by me saying this, but it's like your problems are not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, and that you are but a speck in the entire ancestral line that you find yourself in. And it's important to connect to the higher perspective. It's important to connect to your whole ancestral line, the whole infinity of life, the expansiveness of life, if you're going through hard, tense situations, which can make us feel, tense and make our energy kind of curl up and make us kind of, really dense. Expand yourself out, do breath work, do meditation, do connecting with your ancestors and your higher self to connect to that higher perspective, because I feel them saying things are not, some things that we're worried about are like not that big of a deal, you know? And maybe it's easier for me to say than for some of you guys to experience that are going through relationship issues, but you know, you break up with someone and what's the worst that can happen? There's billions of people in the world. You're going to meet somebody else. There's a bunch of people that are awake right now. If you're afraid of being alone, like, why are you afraid of being alone? Where did that program of being afraid to be alone come from? So there's like a lot coming through of remembering your ancestors, and they have wisdom to share with each of us as we go into this Libra season. Wow. Rosa says, this is wild. I got cards so similar to this today. That's crazy. Sovereign Soul Sam says, Meg, I feel like you were talking to me. I've been asking for help through this process, going through this breakup, 3 beautiful babies. They are so young. XXX. Thank you, Meg. Aw, sending you lots of love, Sam. And Jill says, I feel my ancestors around me, protecting me and guiding me all the time. That's beautiful. I love that, Jill. So, wow. Very clear message as we step into this Libra season. And I'm going to pick one of these cards to read the description from the book, because the book has very good descriptions that comes with this card. I knew I was going to get that. Ancestor of Protection. So I'm going to share what this one says in the book. Ancestor of Protection. Okay. Whoa. I am the ancestor of protection. I guard the spirit of the one who invokes my power, keeping him or her true to their innate sense of being. I bring strength and energy to those who call upon me and guide them to find a safe harbor for their journey. I stand as a primal ancestor and companion on the hardest paths you travel. As you embark on any new enterprise, I will stay beside you and protect you from the assaults of opponents or detractors. This is the spirit of the mountain lion. This represents the idea of a protecting spirit watching over another. The role of the ancestor of protection is to stand beside us and act in our defense. For the shamans of a tribal community, it was a matter of course to recognize all animals as spiritual ancestors. So I didn't realize that. It's actually like mountain lions in the card. Woo, we've got the mountain lion with us. Here, the ancestor of protection guards that essence within you, guiding you to remain true to your chosen path. Be in fearlessness, strength, guardianship, the ability to help others, know that you are protected, and know the one who walks with you. We are the ones that walk with you in your time of need. Wowzers. Okay, that's like very, very powerful. Let me know how that resonates with you guys. Woo! Yes, ancestor of protection. And people that are in alignment with us for our highest good, in love relationship, in committed work relationship, as clients, anybody that we commit to outside of ourselves, if they are not honoring your boundaries, your protection, your needs, that is toxic and that does not serve you. And you don't need that shit. Okay? So be aware of the projections that are being put on you at this time. Be aware of, what is not yours and what is for your highest good. Truth Seeking Girl says, feeling warm and love right now. That is beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to get into each of the readings for the 12 signs for this Libra season 2024. And we're going to start with the Aries, our Aries sun, moon, and risings. And I invite you guys to, most importantly, listen to your rising and your sun sign as we go through these predictions. So Aries, this is a very, interesting Libra season for you. We're going to have a full moon in Aries on October 17th. That's going to be in your first astrological house. So that is a beautiful full moon that, even though full moons are about, completion and endings, they also represent illumination and empowerment. And I keep hearing that word empowerment for the full moon in Aries that we have on October 17th. And I think that that's actually a really good moon, Aries, if you want to be starting anything new for yourself personally or professionally. You can have some major life changes and developments from the very foundations of your life. Empowering changes of your identity with that full moon in your first house. And you can also be letting go of major things that don't serve you anymore, just having really big breakthroughs with that full moon in Aries on October 17th. You're going to be having the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd happening in your seventh house. So it's very in alignment for you on the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd or over the course of the whole next year period to be, co-creating new committed relationships. This is the Libra house. We are talking about Libra season. So many of you Aries over the course of the next year, because solar eclipses have an effect for the whole next year, may be meeting a new love or marriage partner, new business partners, new best friends, new very important committed relationships. So there's some beautiful new opportunities, relationships that will be coming forward for you over the course of the next year. Jenny says, Aries rising, the full moon on October is my due date. Oh my God, Jenny, congratulations. That's so exciting. And how cool would it be if your baby is born on a full moon in Aries? That is going to be like a natural born leader. So, so cool. Congratulations, Jenny. So sending lots of love to my Aries out there, and let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. Taurus, sun, moon, and risings for this Libra season that we've got coming up. It's important for you guys to know that your planetary ruler Venus enters the sign of Scorpio on September 22nd, and then Venus enters Sagittarius on October 17th. So, Venus in Scorpio is Venus's fall sign. Venus in Sagittarius is Venus's detriment sign. So the next two transits of Venus's ingresses are signs that she doesn't really love to be in. Okay. But, just being aware that this can be, and there's going to be lots of intense aspects to Venus over this Libra season. You guys will be going through similar experiences to the Libras, actually, because you're both ruled by Libra. So Tauruses, there can be big relationship changes that are happening for you guys, breakups, if there's relationships that are no longer in alignment, up-leveling of relationships that are in alignment. You're going to be having the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd in your sixth house. So that's a fantastic new moon eclipse to set intentions around your health, your routines, your day-to-day work. And some of you guys can have breakthroughs over the course of the next year if there's been any physical health issue that you've been dealing with. Huge breakthroughs with your physical health, and very in alignment for you to put an emphasis on your nutrition, on your wellness, on your day to day routines. And then on October 17th, we're going to have a full moon in Aries, which is going to be in your 12th house. That's going to be a full moon where you're definitely going to want to pay attention to your dreams. Full moon in the 12th house can be very prophetic, profound dreams. It's in alignment for you to maybe spend a little bit of time behind the scenes. 12th house is very spiritual, very behind the scenes, creative. Maybe you guys will be starting a new spiritual or creative practice that you find empowering. Things like martial arts can be very good. Tai Chi, Qigong could be very good type of things, or yoga. So this is very much a month, Tauruses, where your health is focused and also your relationships are a big focus as well. So I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love to my Tauruses out there, and have a happy Libra season. Gemini, sun, moon, and risings. How are you guys doing out there? We've got your planetary ruler, Mercury, enters the sign of Libra on September 26th, and then Mercury enters Scorpio on October 13th. Mercury in Libra can really be putting a focus on your friendships, on your love relationships in your local community. And Mercury in Scorpio will have you feeling very intense and investigative. Mercury in Scorpio can be, major information being revealed to you during that transit. We've got the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd happening in your 5th house. This is the fun house. Woohoo! This is the the Leo ruled areas of life, Gemini. So not just on the eclipse or during the eclipse season, but this is going to be a very positive, fun, and creative, playful year ahead for you, Geminis. Very romantic. Okay, very good for dating, for meeting a new lover, as the sign of Libra is not just about love, but the 5th house, where you're having the eclipse activate, rules romance, love, sex as well. So that's very fun and positive that you've got the eclipse happening in your 5th house. And then the full moon in Aries on October 17th is happening in your 11th house. So there could be a release or letting go of a group association or a friendship or long-term goal or vision that's no longer in alignment for you. But at the same time, there can be very new and empowering friendships, group associations, long-term goals that come into your life and your awareness during that full moon. So that's going to be very empowering. And I think it's going to be a fun month, very action-packed and inspiring and creative for you, Geminis. So I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way, and have a very happy Libra season. Next, we go to our Cancer, sun, moon, and risings. Do we have any Cancers here with us? I'm taking a little smell of my frankincense oil in case you guys are wondering what the hell I'm smelling. That helps me to stay grounded. Cancers, first off, yes, we've got Philip is a Cancer. Hello, Philip. So Cancers, first off, we are currently going through a Mars in Cancer transit. Mars entered Cancer this month and will be in Cancer until November. Then we're going to have a Mars retrograde from December until spring in the sign of Cancer. And Mars is at fall position in Cancer. Mars did not like to be in Cancer, because Mars is the planet of, rules Aries and Scorpio. It's action, drive, assertion, boundaries, divine masculine, in the sign of Cancer, which is feminine, healing, nurturing, and giving. So with Mars in Cancer, and let me know if this is going on with any of you Cancers, some of you can be feeling a little bit more easily frustrated, moody, on edge. There may be some conflicts that some of you guys are going through, and that can kind of spread out throughout the Libra season. Everybody's got their own personal transits happening, so kind of depends person to person. But overall, a lot of Cancers can be feeling quite intense, a little bit moody, having some major conflicts that can be coming up with that Mars and Cancer transit. Rosa says, bah ha ha ha, totally. Yeah, so being aware that if you're very crabby and you kind of have a freak out or a moody fit out of nowhere, it's because we've got that Mars in Cancer. There's nothing wrong with you guys. And I have Mars in Cancer in my personal birth chart. So I've been really, really feeling that lately. We've got the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd is happening in your fourth house. So that's a fantastic eclipse to be setting new intentions around home, family, real estate, property, your emotional healing, your committed relationships, Libra, with family. And then we've got the full moon in Aries on October 17th is happening in your 10th house. So that's interesting because for some Cancers, there could be a, profession or work role that is coming to a close. And many of you guys can be feeling really inspired to maybe start your own business. Aries is one of the entrepreneurial leadership signs. So some of you guys may be wanting to start your own business, becoming an entrepreneur. That could be very illuminated to you at that time. There can be major developments, fast changes. Aries is one of the fast signs happening in your work and your career, and also with your parents or older people in your life. 10th house can be elders or older people that we have in our lives. So, hope that resonates, Cancers, and I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. Okay, Leo, sun, moon, and risings. We've got a solar eclipse on October 2nd. And of course, you guys are ruled by the sun. You are the only sign in Western astrology ruled by the sun. So you can feel the solar eclipses very intensely. And actually, no matter what sign they're happening in, you can have major, big life changes, breakthroughs, epiphanies during solar eclipses. So this new moon solar eclipse is happening on October 2nd, and it's in your third house. This is a fantastic eclipse during this season, also during the course of the whole next year, to be focusing on the third house ruled areas of life, Gemini ruled areas of life, your local community, your friendships, your best friends. Libra can be a business sign. It's a very charming sign that does very well in business, very good for over the course of the next year. If you're wanting to start a new local business or up level a business that you have or commitment in your local community, there's a focus on your neighborhood, your neighbor, your friends, cousins. Also, a very good year to be learning something new, to be studying or taking a course. Third house of Gemini rules our mind and also how we communicate. Good time for you to be utilizing social media for work as well, if you haven't done that already, and if that's something that you might want to be doing over the course of the next year. Things can go very successful and even viral online for you guys. Then we've got the full moon in Aries on October 17th, and this is happening in your ninth house. So with that full moon on October 17th, there can be a release of belief systems that no longer serve you. There can be a release of foreign people or foreign things in your life. Some of you Leos may be traveling or getting ready to travel to a different location. There can be empowering trips that you're doing. You're being empowered actually when you do foreign travel, when you connect to foreign places. And you're being empowered when you put a focus on your higher consciousness, meditation. The ninth house, of course, is divine wisdom and our higher consciousness. So there can be some very big epiphanies that you guys are receiving, Leos, around that full moon in Aries that are super empowering to you guys. So I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way to all you Leos, and have a very happy Libra season. Next, we have the Virgo sun, moon, and risings. How are you Virgos doing out there? Your ruler Mercury enters the sign of Libra on September 26th, and then Mercury enters Scorpio on October 13th. So you're going to have Mercury change through two signs during this Libra season. And we've got the new moon solar eclipse happening in your second house. This is fantastic astrology, Virgos, for new income stream, for setting intentions around a new income stream with this eclipse over the course of the whole next year in the eclipse's influence. And, income streams that have to do with maybe working with others or having a clientele, because the sign of Libra can rule clients, one-on-one connections, one-on-one services that we offer, or the arts, music, art, interior design. Amazing Virgos for you to be creating new income stream around Libra ruled areas of life. So that is absolutely fantastic for you. And then the full moon in Aries that we have on October 17th is happening in your eighth house. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so the eighth house is the most intense house in astrology. That's going to be a very intense full moon for you Virgos of major letting go and release from the very depth of your psyche and your soul. And that full moon in Aries is about empowerment, independence. In its shadow side, Aries can also rule abuse and abuse of power. So that's a good full moon, Virgos. If you have ever gone through anything, very traumatic or abusive, to do healing work around that October 17th, around that time with that full moon in Aries, is really good for you. And I know Virgos is one of the signs that you guys love to help others and be of service to others, and sometimes can have a challenge in asking others to help you, right? With that full moon in Aries, there's going to be some really intense things come up to the surface for you guys, emotionally, spiritually. So don't be afraid to ask for help from a therapist, from a healer if you need it. Okay. Monoblock says yes. So you guys will be feeling quite intense, but work with that energy of that full moon to do some really deep releases can be really empowering for you guys. So sending lots of cosmic love your way, Virgos, and happy Libra season. Just going to take a sip of my water, you guys. And now we go to the lovely, lovely, beautiful Libras. Libra, what the heck is going on with you guys? Okay, let me know in the comments, because holy guacamole, this is going to be a very intense Libra season with eclipses, with an eclipse happening, with Pluto and Capricorn at the last degree, with very intense aspects to Venus, your ruler. Oh my goodness. This is huge life changes happening for you guys. And the new moon solar eclipse in Libra in your sign is happening, of course, in your first house. So for Libras, over the course of the whole next year, this is major life changes that are happening. And you guys are actually being empowered with it being a new moon solar eclipse. It's very in alignment in the astrology for you to be starting new things in general, to be starting new relationships, to be starting new businesses, to be starting new values and self-commitments from the very foundations of your life. Your identity might be changing. And when I talk about identity in astrology, you guys, I'm not talking about gender identity, okay? I'm just talking about what you identify with, right? Like, do you identify with being empowered? Do you identify with being beautiful on the inside and out? Do you identify with that you are a value of receiving love, right? Jill says, or new YouTube travel channels. Totally, Jill. Totally, totally, totally. I can't wait for you guys to start doing that. Uh, yeah, Libras, you guys are in the spotlight for the next year. And I'm hearing Spirit say, listen to the crazy ideas that you have that you might think that other people think you're crazy for. No, you're not crazy. You're here to be in the spotlight and be your beautiful, charming, creative, diplomatic selves. You guys are really the stars of the show very much for the whole next year. Being empowered, stepping into new roles. So believe in yourself, okay? And if you have any confidence issues, Libra, if you feel like you are not worthy of living your best life, talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor, talk to a healer. I know I keep saying that during this video, you guys, but those are things ruled by Libra and are actually Libran services that are very in alignment for us to do during this season. So we've also got the full moon in Aries happening in your seventh house, Libras. So there could be the release of commitments and relationships that don't serve you anymore, particularly around that full moon in Aries on October 17th. And, Aries rules men and people with a masculine energy, or in its shadow side, abuse. Okay. So, Libra, if you've got anybody being a bully to you or making you feel weird or being like abusive to you in any sort of way, let that shit go. Okay. You do not need that shit in your life. Seriously. So Libra is very, very powerful time for you. You guys, the first week and a half of the Libra season, we do have that eclipse happening in Libra. We've also got the South Node conjunct the Sun. So there can be major past life memories that are coming up for you, a theme of nostalgia, or people or things or memories coming up for your past. So if that's happening, Libras, you're not crazy. It's because the Sun is conjunct your South Node. And there's some things coming up from your past, even possibly past lives, to be aware of, or that are even coming up for healing at this time. So sending lots of love to you, Libras, and have a happy Libra season, and happy birthday and solar returns, by the way. Okay, next we go to our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Risings. My fellow Scorpios, how's it going? So first of all, our planetary ruler, Pluto, is going to go direct on October 11th. Thank God. Okay, this Pluto retrograde for the Scorpios has been really weird. It's been very funky. There's been very strange things coming up and being revealed to us. So thank God that we've got Pluto going direct on October 11th. That's going to feel a lot easier for us. Things are going to move forward more for us in life. And, we still got that Pluto in Capricorn until November 18th, but we're going to have more clarity once Pluto goes direct starting on October 11th. We're going to feel even more empowered. We're going to feel even more energized. So that is really good. We've got the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd happening in our 12th house. So, wow, this is a very spiritual and creative energy for us. This eclipse is happening in the sign of Libra, which is about relationships. Scorpios, you can be attracting new relationship partners in love or friend or business that are spiritual or creative in nature. This is a very creative time for Scorpios, and good over the course of the next year to be making time to, work on something behind the scenes. That's the 12th house. Scorpios can be working on art or music or even something spiritual, whatever it is. We don't have to share our ideas with everybody right away. There's actually something very sacred, Scorpios, about doing something behind the scenes. And then when it's ready to launch, putting that out into the world. Or maybe there's a new relationship, Libra, that we're kind of doing behind the scenes. And we're wanting to see how that goes before we put it out there for the whole world to see. So that is also over the course of the next year. Pay attention to your dreams, Scorpio. Very, very powerful dreams coming up. The full moon in Aries on October 17th is happening in our sixth house. So that's a full moon where we're letting go of day to day work that no longer serves us, physical health issues that no longer serve us. And Aries in medical astrology, since the sixth house does rule health, Aries rules the head, Aries rules the forehead, migraines, headaches, the blood, okay, physical movement and exercise. So, would be good to do maybe some cleansing or detox routines around that full moon, around your blood, around your head. I'm seeing spirit also, I'm getting a visual like do acupuncture. Aries rules, sharp objects, acupuncture. Acupuncture can be really good to kind of like reset your system, Scorpio, with that full moon in Aries. And would be a good time too to start a new fitness routine or physical movement routine. So your health is going to be very highlighted around that time, Scorpio, for sure. So I'm sending lots of cosmic love to my fellow Scorplings and have a happy Libra season. Next, we move to the Saggy Wadgies, our Sagittarians. And, Jupiter, first of all, is going to be going retrograde on October 9th. And Jupiter is your planetary ruler. Okay, so Jupiter is going to be retrograde from October until, I'm having a brain fart, you guys. When is Jupiter going to be retrograde until? Let me look it up really quick so I can tell you guys, because I am a stickler for this stuff. I want to always give you guys the right date. So from October 9th, 2024 to February 4th, 2025, Jupiter is retrograde. So with your planetary ruler going retrograde, Sagittarius, from October to beginning of February, it is in alignment for you to take a little bit of a step back, do some review, reflection of your life. Don't overforce anything, okay? You can be feeling a little bit more tired than usual. You can be feeling like things aren't maybe moving ahead. That's because in the astrology, it's a time for you to pause, for you to review, for you to reflect, okay? We've got the new moon solar eclipse happening in your 11th house on October 2nd, which is fantastic during that eclipse season. And over the course of the whole next year, new like-minded friends coming into your life and like-minded community. It's the 11th house of Aquarius. So this is about the future, like-minded people, new innovations. You may be partnering with somebody, Libra, on a new innovation or invention, or, there's lots of new people coming into your life. It's an alignment for you over the course of the whole next year to be networking, to be going to events, to be learning about new things, to be opening up your perspective to new ways of doing things as we go into the age of Aquarius. And really good new moon to be setting your long-term goals out as intentions, as the 11th house rules our wishes and dreams. On October 17th, we've got the full moon in Aries happening in your fifth house. So that's the fun house, Saggies. You can be feeling fun and playful around October 17th. That's highlighting your creativity, your confidence, your creative projects. That's a good full moon to, put yourself in the spotlight if there's something that you want to be seen doing. I really like that for you, that it is in your fifth house. So that is fantastic and fun. It's always fun to have a full moon in your fifth house. So I love you, Saggies, and I'm wishing you a very happy Libra season. Next, we go to our Capricorn sun, moon, and risings. We, of course, still have that pesky Pluto in Capricorn for this whole Libra season. So hang in there, my fellow Capricorns. I got my moon in Capricorn. So I know we are done with this Pluto in Capricorn. It is almost done. We are going to have a party when it's over. So this Libra season, it can be a little bit more on the intense side. We've got the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd happening in your 10th house, which is the Capricorn house, the Capricorn ruled areas of life. So we're really being called to up level in our relationships, Libra, in our work, in what we're doing professionally, in our legacy. I'm hearing spirit say that word like in capital letters for the Capricorns right now. What is your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? Because you have gone through the biggest initiation of Pluto and Capricorn the past 15 years, and it has not been easy. And now with this new moon solar eclipse in the 10th house, this is like go full steam ahead in your dreams, in your goals, in your legacy, getting prepared for that this Libra City season and putting your intentions out there for that and believing in yourself, in your greatest dreams and goals. And there can be helpful people coming forward with Libra eclipse in your 10th house over the course of the next year. And sometimes Capricorn is one of the signs too that feels like they have to do everything themselves. Be open to maybe partnering with someone in business or as an advisor or something like that moving forward. We've also got the full moon in Aries on October 17th, happening in your fourth house. So that can be a little bit, we want to watch out for that. Okay, because Aries can be a little bit uh, conflictual. There could be conflict. There could be possible fighting with family. Okay, that's the fourth house. So Capricorns, around October 17th with that full moon, just being mindful, what you're doing with family. There's likely to come some kind of maybe drama coming up with some family. The positive side of Aries is speak your truth in the moment, be in your boundaries and your directedness in a loving way in the moment. The shadow side of Aries is like literally a physical fight or having a huge, dramatic conflict unnecessarily. So there could be some triggering things that come up with family members. Remember to not take things personally from people, okay? But I do think that no matter what comes up in your home or family situation, that if you deal with it in an aware way, it can turn into even more stronger, positive family relationships. There could also be the end of a living situation. Some of you may be moving, Capricorn. Some of you may be selling a property, or there could be an ending to some sort of something that has to do with family or a family member. So pretty intense for the Cappies out there. I love you guys, and I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way this Libra season. Okay, next we go to our Aquarians. How's it going, Aquarians? Before we do, Philip says, gonna do some drum circles with new people in the coming month, expanding the circle. That is fantastic. Good job. Very in alignment with your astrology. Awesome. So for our Aquarians, you've got the new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd, happening in your ninth house. This is a fantastic eclipse for really not just this season, but for the course of the whole next year, to be meeting new teachers, meeting new mentors, being open to new committed relationships in learning or studying, taking new courses, higher education. You guys are expanding your consciousness and learning new things and meeting like-minded people that are also interested in the same things as you. It's also an alignment for you Aquarians to be doing foreign travel, possibly this Libra season or over the course of the next year as well, to expand your consciousness and knowledge. We've got the full moon in Aries on October 17th, happening in your third house. So there could be a little bit of drama or conflict in your local community or neighborhood, or maybe with some neighbors, similar to what I was saying to the Capricorns. Just be direct. Don't take anything personally from anyone that you come into contact with around that full moon in your neighborhood. Just let it go if there's anyone trying to stir anything up with you. Could be the letting go of maybe some friendships. There's something going on with your guys' local community. Just being sure to not get into any unnecessary conflict with people. Okay. But very empowering time with that full moon in Aries for you to speak your voice, for you to communicate what you have to share, whether that's in person or online. We got Sunny from Pluto here. Hello, Sunny. You say, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's almost Halloween. Is that, are you trying to do an owl sound or what kind of sound is that? Cool. Sunny is a moon in Aquarius. Awesome. So yeah, full moon in Aries, we just want to watch for conflict in the local community or conflict with friends around October 17th, but really good time for you to be speaking your voice, okay? Online or in person. Love you, Aquarians, and wishing you a very happy Libra season. And next we have our Pisces, sun, moon, and risings. How is it going, you guys? You guys are going to be having Jupiter. Jupiter is your traditional planetary ruler and is going to be retrograde from October 9th to February 5th. So similar to what I said to the Saggies, you know, it's an alignment for you guys to not force anything in life while one of your planetary rulers is retrograde, right? Take it easy, make time for rest, for reflection, for review of all areas of your life. Pisces, you kind of been going through that already with Granddaddy Saturn in your sign and Neptune in your sign. So you guys have been getting like absolutely blasted by the astrological transits. I know I say this all the time to like everybody pretty much, but Pisces, with that new moon solar eclipse in your eighth house, with Jupiter retrograde, Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, take it easy out there and make time for some serious self-care. You guys are going through a huge initiation of, I'm hearing spirits say, like dispelling illusions and toxicity and lies in your life. Okay. So with that solar eclipse in your eighth house on October 2nd, it has an influence for the whole next year. You're going through an eighth house of Scorpio initiation and cleansing and purging of Libra, relationships that don't serve you, commitments that don't serve you. But it is a new moon eclipse. So, you know, if you do the healing work, if you're honest with yourself, if you work on yourself, Scorpio rules like doing the real deal work on yourself, you can attract some really beautiful, positive, new soulmate relationships, work relationships, even clients. So this is very, very much a time of empowerment and doing self-work on yourselves in a very intense way, Pisces. I've been suggesting to everybody, you know, therapists is amazing, psychotherapists, spiritual psychotherapists ruled by Scorpio. So lots going on for you guys. And you've got the full moon in Aries on October 17th happening in your second house. So that could be, you know, the end of values that don't serve you anymore, an income stream that doesn't serve you anymore. And with all this work on yourself that you guys are doing, you might be inspired to start your own business, to start a new income stream. You know, Aries is being empowered, entrepreneurship. And I'm getting a sense that, you know, and not every Pisces is going to work in spirituality, but I'm sure maybe a lot of my audience out there is interested in stepping into a woo-woo kind of career. I'm just kind of getting the intuitive message that a lot of you guys are wanting to step into woo-woo type of careers or side hustles. And around that full moon in Aries would actually be a really good time to start that or start putting yourself out in that way, being confident in your gifts, in your value, in what you have to offer with that full moon in Aries. So love you, Pisces, and sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way. We've gone through all of the 12 signs. Oh my goodness. So that's all I've got for you guys today for our upcoming Libra season that is going to be starting this Sunday, September 22nd. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm very excited to see what this Libra season has to offer for all of us. Again, just to do a little recap, if you're just tuning in, if you're watching this live and you're just tuning in now, you might want to rewind and watch the first 30, I think it was the first 38 minutes of this video where I talk about this Libra season for the collective. Huge relationship changes, huge political changes. We're likely to have a snap election in Canada. We're going to watch political figures definitely lose their positions of power with that South Node conjunct the sun. Lots and lots of stuff going on. So I'm excited to see the historical world and political events and events in our personal lives that happen as well. So thank you all so much for supporting my work, for tuning in, whether you're watching live or the replay. I love you guys all so much. And just want to mention again that my husband Jens and I are going to be hosting this Soul Family Retreat weekend in Canada next week from when I'm filming this video, Friday, September 27th to Monday, September 30th. Yes, Jill, we are so excited to see you and Steve. It's going to be so much fun. Sending you guys a big hug and kiss. Go check that out on my website, megmoonbeam.com. We still have some spaces available. And what else? I have that 2024 Fall Eclipses live workshop that's available at the link in the description below. Over on the Beyond Mystic Academy, it's a 3.5-hour live workshop where I do a deep dive on this eclipse season, for not just this time, but its effects for the whole next year period, collective predictions, each of the 12 sign predictions. So you can go check that out there. Sunny from Pluto is in the live chat, and we've got, the Scorpling shop is at the link in the description box below. Go check out Sunny's Juju and Christie's and all her amazing offerings that she's got going on. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology with me, reading with me, sorry guys, I'm losing my words after talking all day straight. Those are available with me at the link below. And I'm feeling very guided to say, I don't want to lose my YouTube channel. I don't want to lose my Instagram, but I've just been getting really guided to say lately from my guides that if you want to follow me no matter what, make sure to follow my Telegram channel at the link below and sign up for my newsletter at the link below so that no matter what happens, you will always stay connected with me if you'd like to keep up to date with what I've got going on. So love you guys so, so much. It's the season of love. It's the season of beauty. It's the season of relationships and artisticness. So I'm wishing you guys the most beautiful Libra season ever, and see you guys next time. Mwah! Bye, everybody.